Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to walk you through a very simple and delicious recipe. It goes by the name Thakkali Thokku and it is very common in the southern parts of India and it goes very well with idli, dosa, masala dosa, paniyaram and it's very simple because these are the basic ingredients or the ingredients that we have at home. As you can see or by the name, tomato is the main ingredient to this dish. So here we'll be using pretty much ripe 6 large tomatoes and these are all that you see. I have used garlic, turmeric, chili powder, oil, asafoetida, salt, onion, curry leaf, urad dal, and mustard seeds. Now here I have, as I said, 6 large ripe tomatoes. I have sliced them, and the garlic, 6 to 7 cloves, I would say, but garlic has so many health benefits, so go ahead and use as much as. We're not going to chop the onions, garlic. We're just going to use them as they are. But we have chopped the onions, and so let's get started. Now in a pan, I have 4 tablespoons of cooking oil, any oil that you use for cooking. To it, I'll add the first ingredient, that is the mustard seeds. And then when the mustard seeds are ready to go, we will go ahead and add our urad dal. Now, urad dal, we want it slightly golden brown before we go ahead and add all the rest of the ingredients because it is hard for it to fry with along with the other ingredients. So now that the mustard is ready, I'm going to go ahead and add the urad dal. Now, as I said, we'll saute them for a couple of minutes until the urad dal turns slightly golden brown. And once it is ready, we can add our garlic. Now I have not chopped or minced or crushed the garlic. I'm going to add them whole because this dish will take a couple of minutes to cook through the tomatoes. During that time, you can have this garlic also done. As I said, go ahead and use as much as garlic as you want because the benefits of garlic are numerous, and this is an easy way to have your kids have garlic because it just absorbs the flavor of the tomato and all the spice that goes in. So you would not have the raw taste of the garlic at all. So saute them for some time till the urad dal just turns slightly brown, and then we'll go ahead and add our next ingredient, that is the chopped onions. There we go. So next goes in the chopped onion, and as we know, onions do take a little more time to kind of get it, but we don't want to get it very crispy or anything. We're just trying to saute it so it just turns slightly opaque. And then always, to get the onions to sweat, you can go ahead and add salt. So salt will make the onions sweat, and it will enhance the frying process. So just saute them for some time, and then in a couple of minutes we should be good to go ahead and add our tomato. Now it's been some time, and now we can go ahead and add the asafoetida powder, uh, close to quarter teaspoon or less than quarter asafoetida powder. And to this, I'm going to add quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder. Turmeric powder has so many health benefits, and there's no harm adding a little extra. And to this, I'm going to add half teaspoon of the chili powder. As I always say, the heat is an individual preference, and if your household can handle the heat, go ahead and add more as you desire. So we'll give all of this a mix, and to this, I'm going to add fresh curry leaves. Fresh leaves always play a important role in the taste of the dish. So if you have, please go ahead and add this fresh curry leaves and give it all a mix. If you see, the onions are not were not golden brown or they were not crispy yet, but we still went ahead and added all these spices so that they can blend in together and cook thoroughly for some time before we add our tomatoes. Now it's just the salt that is left to add. To this, we will add our main ingredient, which is sliced 6 large ripe tomatoes. And then as it goes, we will add the salt. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes for this masala to just cook. Now to this, I'm going to add a generous amount of salt. We've not added salt so far. So for the onions and the tomatoes, I have added a generous amount of salt. Now to this, I'm going to add the main ingredient, which is the tomato. So I'll add all of it at one go and then gently blend in the cooked onions and the tomato. So we have to give it a good mix so everything blends in well. And once that's all done, we will leave the dish to cook for probably 5 minutes. And then occasionally we give it a stir so that this tomato doesn't cook to the bottom of the pan. So here, if you see, I'm just going to give it a quick mix, just to they have the onions and the tomato mix in well. As you see, the garlic is still left whole, but it's pretty much cooked through because it's been there for some time now. And we will leave it there for it to cook. And as you see, it's been around 5 minutes, and you see the tomato is cooking well. So we are not there yet. The tomato has to cook really well, and the juice of the tomato, it has to kind of come up to a very thick consistency. So we'll keep it to boil. As I said, occasionally we're going to stir it so that this doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan, and we'll come back and check on it in some time. And here we are after a couple of minutes, and as you see, the quantity of the tomato has gone down drastically. We had a whole pan of sliced tomatoes when we started the dish. Now if you see, the garlic and the tomato, the onions have all it's just cooked through. You can choose to switch off the stuff at this stage if you want thick gravy and want it in this consistency. But if your choice, you can cook it through for some more time so that the oil cooks through, and the quantity will still come down. As I said, this is a very delicious, like you can say tomato chutney, or as the name goes, Thakkali Thokku. Thakkali is tomato and Thokku is by the name skin. So it just cooked down drastically, and then it really goes well with all the dishes that I've mentioned before. So here at this stage, you can choose to crush down the garlic if you need to, or leave them as whole as they are. And you will really love this dish. Yeah, thank you for watching with me and staying with me in this journey. And here is the final dish. Now it's been more than 10 minutes now, and if you see, the tomato juice is now cooked, and the dish is pretty much dry. So I'm going to switch off the stove and move it into a plate to cool down. You will really love it. Try it and let me know your thoughts. Thank you for staying with me. We'll come back with another dish. So if you like it, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much.